Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. This is a mock career counseling session in which a psychotherapist needs more clients. And this will be applicable to people who are not just psychotherapists, but most people in private practice. The client, and maybe even anybody who's trying to market their business, hard to say, a little bit certainly for small business, the client, who is a psychotherapist in private practice, has struggled to build that practice. And hearing that word of mouth is the best marketing, but that it takes time, she waited. But it's been 3 years, and her practice hasn't grown. So she came to a counselor who specializes in growing private practices. And here is that mock career counseling session. Counselor starts by saying, let's talk about both the steak and the sizzle. Let's start with the steak. That is, how effective do you think you've been in helping your clients? And the client says, I'm not sure. The ones who've come back for at least a half dozen sessions seem to be better, but many clients stop after just one or two, and rarely do I get a referral from a previous client. Do you have a sense of why? Maybe they sense I'm impatient with them, but I'm not sure. Well, there are 3 ways to get feedback. Asking them in session, for example, do you think I'm being effective with you here? Or in between sessions, and a few weeks after they've stopped seeing you. It can be as simple as, what do you like and not like about how I've worked with you? And how effective do you think I've been? Have you solicited much feedback? Actually, no. Except when they say they're not coming back and I ask why. They're always polite, but they don't give me useful feedback. They say things like, I need more time to process what we've done. You're right, I do need to get more feedback. And it might be useful to get a master therapist to observe you, either live or if necessary recorded, with client permission of course. What do you think? That's a good idea, but it's scary. What if this master practitioner says that I'm irretrievably terrible and I shouldn't be a therapist? You'd understandably be resistant to quitting after all that effort you've put in. But if a second master therapist agrees, that might be a great gift. Cut your losses and redirect to something that might be a better fit. Plenty of therapists go on to related careers at which they're more successful. For example, well, there are myriad possibilities, but for example, social worker, tutor, human resources person, government benefit eligibility specialist. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. It may be that you're a fine therapist, and maybe with a little tweaking based on feedback you would do fine, especially if your marketing plan's good. So let's turn to that, the sizzle. You said you've relied on word of mouth, but it hasn't worked. Have you done any other kind of marketing? Well, I printed up business cards and I've given them to friends when the time feels right. Anything else? And that's about it. Well, there are a number of marketing strategies that can be effective. I'll take off a few, and you tell me which, if any, you sense might work for you, and then you'd be motivated to try. How about giving talks or writing articles aimed at your target market or to people who could refer clients to you, like physicians? I don't think I'd be good at those. How about more systematically reaching out to your friends, relatives, and past clients? What would I say? Well, it would vary with the person and the situation, but for example, you might tell friends, as you may know, I'm a psychotherapist in private practice, and I especially enjoy working with people in midlife who've just had a traumatic life event. If by any chance you know of someone who might benefit from someone like me, I'd welcome you referring them. It would be a little hard for me to do that, but if I start with the friends I feel most comfortable with, I might be able to do it. Had you thought about cross-referral with complementary practitioners like body workers, doctors, or chiropractors who have excellent Yelp reviews? You would offer to refer clients to them if they refer clients to you, or at minimum, you'd agree to have each other's business cards in the waiting room. Maybe. I'm guessing that doesn't quite feel right to you. Maybe that's too assertive? Maybe so. How do you feel about placing a tasteful ad in a targeted publication, for example in a local one read by midlife adults? What might that say? Well, it might have a photo of you looking solid but empathic, and with text such as, are you dealing with a recent traumatic life event? Local psychotherapist offers patient yet effective help. Saying that your patient may actually help you to be more so. Then just include your phone number, website, and email address. I don't have a website. You probably need one. It's today's version of a brochure. That's expensive, no? Not necessarily. Today, Squarespace is kind of the standard. It's inexpensive and easy. You might take a shot at creating your site, and if you get stuck, hire someone to finish it. What do you think? Well, I have a lot to think about my steak and my sizzle. Anyway, that's the mock interview. Hopefully you find something of interest there. I do thank you for watching. Feel free to give this a thumbs up, or if appropriate, a thumbs down. Making a comment. I read them all. Share on your social media. Subscribe to my channel, whatever. But in any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.